Did you know that scientists estimate every 24 hours anywhere between 150 and 200 species of life become extinct? Even though there has always been extinction on Earth, this pattern is the largest that has occurred in the past 65 million years, which is the greatest since the vanishing of the dinosaurs. If one species becomes extinct, this can have what is known as a knock-on effect on others it interacts with. This means that any single species that becomes extinct could have an enormous impact on all of our lives, big or small. For example, the environment influenced the development of cultures, and similarly, our cultures influenced the makeup of the local environment. My family and I have always enjoyed hunting. We own a cabin about 2 hours away where we enjoy spending time doing this. It would be incredibly unfortunate if someday we were unable to hunt because of the loss of biodiversity that is currently taking place in the world. I have also done extensive research, which makes me believe it is something that we all must be cognizant about. The nation, as a whole, should help prevent the loss of biodiversity. It is time that we fix the problem that we are facing. We can do this by learning about the causes, realizing the effects, and effective methods of preventing the loss of biodiversity. To fully understand what causes the loss of biodiversity, we must understand the meaning of the word. Biodiversity is interpreted as the totality and variety of life on Earth. There are many causes for the loss of biodiversity, but I will just explain a few of them. The first cause of the loss of biodiversity is habitat loss and destruction. This is one of the greatest threats to biodiversity, and this loss is directly linked to human-induced pressure on the Earth and its resources. Another cause for the loss of biodiversity is exploration. Exploration is caused by overhunting, overfishing, or overcollecting of a species that can quickly lead to its decline. Changing consumption patterns of humans is often cited as the key reason for this unsustainable exploitation of natural resources. One of the last causes I will mention, and probably the most obvious, is pollution and contamination. Biological systems respond extremely slow to changes in their surroundings. Pollution and contamination cause irreversible damage to this. Did you know human beings have deeply altered the environment and have modified the territory of the Earth? The problem with the loss of biodiversity is that it has impacts on all aspects of life. Topping the list, of course, is the monetary value of biodiversity around the world. In terms of ecosystem services, functions like pollination, irrigation, and soil reclamation, amongst other things, that would have to be paid for if nature couldn't take care of it on its own. The value of global diversity has been estimated in the trillions. Because of this, deforestation alone has been estimated to cost anywhere between $2 to $5 trillion annually worldwide. Another problem that is recognized with the loss of biodiversity is reduced food security. This means that the world's livestock is decreasing and becoming more and more vulnerable to disease, drought, and change in climate. This could potentially result in countless humans starving. The last effect that is associated with the loss of biodiversity is the effect that it has on human health. The loss of biodiversity increases the numbers of disease-carrying animals that are invading local populations, which could in turn potentially make countless human beings ill. With human beings being such a large cause of the loss of biodiversity, what can be done to bring the devastating problem to a halt? The previous damage that has already taken place cannot be undone when it comes to what has happened to our once thriving ecosystem, but prevention can help reduce past impacts. The first way that we can begin to prevent what has happened is to increase the number of protected areas. Creating protected areas where human activity is limited is one of the best ways to prevent deforestation and exploitation of organisms and the resources they need to survive. Another effective method of prevention is to decrease species introductions. This means not allowing invasive species which can destroy ecosystems that are not properly suited to deal with the invader. The last method and most important is educating. According to Venakataraman, author of Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, the general lack of information and knowledge regarding biological diversity and of the urgent need to develop scientific, technical, and institutional capacities to provide the basic understandings is important to plan and implement appropriate measures. As you can see, our nation should help prevent the loss of biodiversity. The problem of biodiversity is looming over all of our heads, and we cannot stand by and continue to watch countless species become extinct. Until now, it's been unclear how biodiversity losses stack up against other human-caused environmental changes that affect ecosystem health and productivity. We must take action to prevent any further harm from happening. In order to stop this problem, we must learn. You could gain more knowledge on this topic by doing your own research, online or by joining an organization like the Biodiversity Group, who are a nonprofit organization that raise awareness and actually help to prevent the current problems we are facing regarding the loss of biodiversity.